Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Where you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world, Ren? This is another scene for Unmask Orlando, the vampire venue. This evening's scene is set at the White Wolf Cafe in downtown Orlando, where Miss Alyssa Gonzalez has gone to get a drink.
Of sorts.
I mean, Alexi does serve blood for his
Oh, how
more
nice.
nocturnal guests.
Yes. Now it is reopened.
Yes, now that it's reopened, that because, he's finally willing to go back out into town.
Yeah, Justine has enough babysitters that he can go. Oh yeah, Alyssa will come in and she'll smile to Alexi. Good evening.
Good evening, Alyssa. How are you, my dear?
I'm all right. I'm still working on a solution for Avery.
He nods.
But I have ideas. One that will not only heal Avery, but could also revolutionize some things within the kindred community.
Oh, color me intrigued.
She smiles a little bit and she leans in. Well, my profession is a hematologist,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm working on isolating the healing properties from our blood so that people can be healed but don't need to be addicted.
Very nice.
Because I don't want to turn Avery into a ghoul.
Understandable. She is your daughter, after all.
It would ruin her life. And that's the last thing I want. So, that's
Castiel is probably parking the car.
so that's my idea, and I'm hoping that it'll work. And if it does, it'll put me on the map.
He smiles a little bit.
How are you? I hear that your mate's home.
Yes, she is.
I'm glad.
I've yet to officially claim her, but
She smiles. It doesn't matter if you officially claimed her or not, she's yours.
she is, and she's... I could not be happier that she's home.
She nods. You look better.
I'm not in Hirano, so that's certainly an improvement.
That's good. Hirano is bad.
Trust me, I know.
She tilts her head a bit.
What?
Were you in it?
Briefly. pulled out thanks to your husband.
She nods. Good. Hearing him say that kind of took her back a bit. I mean, she knows that he is still her husband, but
Yeah.
hearing it said is a little jarring.
That's when these two walk in.
Which Alyssa is relieved for Castiel to walk in.
And boy, does the other woman look really familiar.
Right? She tilts her head at Highway.
Oh, Alyssa. I don't know if you've met Highway. Alyssa? Highway Lake Runner. Primogen of Clan Gangrel.
Yeah, she kind of blinks a few times, like, oh, okay. She comes over. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And you.
I'm assuming you already know who I am.
Yes, of course. Castiel here can't stop talking about you. Ever.
That causes her to blush.
Including council meetings.
Oh my, Castiel.
It's quite the bad habit of derailing the conversation.
She shakes her head and keeps blushing.
Though, he mentioned that you were kinfolk.
I am. See. Shadow Lord.
Wendigo.
I I thought that I'm very certain that you have a descendant on Sept. She looks just like you. I thought you were her when you first walked in. Her name is Diani Running Water.
That was my twin sister's married name. Running Water.
She
It is
blinks.
probably very likely that she is a descendant of my sisters.
Indeed. It's going to be weird one day to meet mine.
Indeed, I have never met any of my sister's children or grandchildren, given the hostilities between
Of course,
our
especially
kinds.
then.
Indeed.
It's interesting. My children are okay with, I mean, they're not okay, but they're accepting and they want to keep me in their lives.
That's amazing.
It is. I honestly did not expect it. And my son is having a baby.
Oh, that is a blessing.
She nods. I'm very happy for him and the woman that is carrying his child, somebody that I was hoping he would end up with. So she's a Fiona.
Oh dear.
She chuckles a bit. She keeps him on his toes, that's for sure. And and it just she actually her smile gets a bit wider. Um, and her brother actually is with my youngest daughter.
Oh heavens.
So I've got two Fiona in the family now.
Well, that'll certainly lead to interesting things down the line.
It will. It will. Um, the alpha of the sept is Wendigo, and he might actually allow me to visit. If you'd like to meet Diani, I could probably arrange that.
I would love that.
Or what I know of her, she is fairly open-minded as well.
I suppose we will have to see.
She'll nod.
Anyway, I was really just passing by.
Well, it was good to meet you.
When this one here grabbed me.
She just shakes her head at Castiel.
He holds up his hands like I'm innocent.
What did you want? I don't know. She goes over and gives him a hug.
I may or may not have known both of your stories and wanted to connect the two of you.
Well, it is nice to know that I am not the only kinfolk within the sea of vampires.
If you ever want to talk, I'm always available.
I would love to hear your stories. If I had had a first change, I would have been a Galliard.
Arun,
Diani is a ragabash.
fitting given my temper and clan.
Mm-hmm. She'll nod.
Only thing more fitting would have been a Bruja, but
Well, you caught the attention of the gangrel instead.
indeed, I suppose that was some of the inherent animal instinct.
I suppose in some ways you got to have a first change. Just a
In a
little.
very different way.
She'll nod, exactly.
And my beast shape is that of a wolf, so
Fitting. I am a blood doctor who ended up in the Tremere.
well, if that's not ironic.
It was very much on purpose.
Mm, that's not good.
No. There was there's a black spiral dancer that wanted to make my mate suffer, so he had me taken.
She growls softly at the mention of Black Spiral Dancer. Even now, she can't fucking stand them.
Right? Not only did he have me taken, but he had me taken by the Sabbat. I spent a year and a half in the clutches of Tremere Anti-Tribute. It was
We'll
not
have to
fun.
make him pay.
It was not a fun time. I would love to, because he is still after my family.
Then we will make him pay. And show
She
him that
nodded.
no one messes with family.
She smiles. She gives her a hug.
She smiles and hugs her back.
He thought that by sending me here would get rid of me. He has another thing coming.
Like you. But I have a clan meeting to get to.
I apologize. I will not keep you any longer.
Once I step out of here, I'll be able to take flight, and I'll be there pretty quickly.
She smiles. We will talk more later.
It is much more quickly as the crow flies, as they say.
Indeed.
And she will step outside, glance around, make sure no one is about, and shift into a crow and fly off.
Alyssa shakes her head. Well, there's another ally.
Alyssa, didn't you have someone coming to see you today?
She blinks. I did.
Kinda, after Highway is gone, he motions to a car sitting outside. They've been sitting out there for about 10 minutes. I think they're scared to come in.
If her heart was beating, it would stop. When she gets a glimpse of who is out there in the car. She swallows. That's Sebastian.
Want me to go get him?
Um,
Go give him a little kick in the ass?
she looks to Castiel.
Castiel just squeezes her hand.
It's Sebastian and Delphia. She takes breaths that she doesn't need to take. She did not actually expect Sebastian to come to see her.
Is that a yes or a no?
They're here. They may as well come in.
Alexia will nod and go out and knock on the window.
I'm going to guess that it's Sebastian driving.
Probably. He would have gone to the side Sebastian was on.
Right.
It's him that needs the kick in the ass.
It really is. Sebastian will look up at Alexi.
Are you going to sit outside my bar all day? Or are you going to come in?
Really was planning on going in
Yeah,
eventually.
why you've been sitting out here for the last 10 minutes. I
She
can
looked
smell
busy.
your anxiety from inside.
He bites his lip.
It doesn't smell good.
I didn't pee myself, did I?
No, luckily.
Fucking ragamatch. He looks over to Delphia.
Don't look at me. You're the one putting off going in.
I'm surprised you haven't like grabbed me by my ear and dragged me in there yet.
Um, I've contemplated it.
He chuckles.
You're being a brat. Let's go.
Okay.
Don't you whine at me.
He gives her a bit of a scowl.
Don't make me treat you like my son.
Which one? Am I older than you or are you older than me? I don't know. I think we're actually about the same age.
I mean, I'm 99% certain I'm older than you, but
Okay, I know it's impolite to ask, but how old are you?
51, for your information.
You what? No way. No.
She
There's no way.
nods.
Nope. I don't believe it. Not for a second.
Do I need to produce my birth certificate? Because I can.
Do you carry your birth certificate?
Not on me. It's in
He
my
shakes.
office.
Wow. I'm 44.
So there, I'm older than you. Let's go.
He sticks his tongue out at her.
Oh, I will treat you like my son. Believe that.
He gets out of the car.
Shithead. I swear. With that, she will get out of the car as well.
Alyssa is basically clinging to Castiel.
And he is gladly, holding her hand and his thumb kind of stroking along the back of her hand.
She is absolutely as nervous as she can possibly be right now.
I mean,
So is Sebastian.
understandable.
So is Sebastian, obviously, which is why he's stalling like fuck out the car.
No longer in the car. We've made progress.
He, so he's out of the car. And he looks at the door, trying to will his feet to move.
Alexi will kind of bump his shoulder as he walks by him.
What?
Come on, let's go.
He nods and takes a very deep breath.
I even have your favorite beer on tap.
Oh, good, because I'm going to need it. And he will make his way inside.
Alexi will head over behind the bar and get a drink for everyone.
As soon as he walks in and sees Alyssa, his heart stops. He doesn't say anything. He can't.
Delphia is not going to interrupt. She wants them to have their moment first.
And Alyssa is staring back at him.
Castiel kind of nudges her. Like, go on.
Yeah, after a moment, Sebastian will just step towards her and wrap his arms around her. And just cry. And keep just saying Lo siento over and over again. And Alyssa will, she's also crying her pink tears. You couldn't have known. It's okay. I mean, I know it's not okay, but you couldn't have known. There was nothing you could do. And they just kind of hold each other for a few minutes. And then she looks over to Delphia.
She smiles at her.
You came.
This big idiot didn't want to come by himself, so.
She goes, she lets go of Sebastian pretty reluctantly, but she goes and hugs Delphia.
Delphia will
Delphia,
gladly give hugs, and she is quite a bit taller than Alyssa.
oh my god, Alyssa's fucking tiny. I mean, so is Sebastian. Like, yeah.
And Delphia wears heels, so.
Oh, fucking hell.
Not that she fucking needs it.
This is not what I imagined.
She kind of just pulls Alyssa in against her.
It's really good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
I know everybody thought that I was probably dead. Well, in a way I am. But gone.
And when Sebastian told me, I almost didn't believe it.
I bet not. The first The first ones to find out were Bailey and Avery.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Had a Lexi call.
Alex kind of clears his throat. First one's finding out my ass.
Okay, you were the first one to find out because Castiel brought me here.
Damn right I was.
And then he convinced me to let him call Bailey.
What can I say? I'm good.
She'll nod. Sebastian looks over at him.
I knew those kids of yours wouldn't give up on you that easily.
No, I'm still a bit floored at how accepting they are.
You raised them.
I know, but I'm still a vampire.
Hell, I think if you'd had a first change, you'd probably be one of us. You got emotions to him in Delphia.
Maybe.
I certainly think so.
She smiles. But if I had had a first change, I wouldn't have my kids. Not the way they are. Not with Sebastian.
Very true.
So I don't regret it.
Though Alexei knows that Sebastian is, breaking the litany now, so...
Right?
Because he's been made aware of the situation, so that he can help deal with Samara.
Oh boy. Yep.
But he doesn't say anything. He didn't let on in the least that he knows.
Sebastian kind of keeps looking at Alyssa as if he can't, like, he really can't believe that she's standing there. It's really not something he expected to see.
Delphia lets go and lets Alyssa go back to Sebastian. Because she clearly wants to.
Yep. She does. She wishes that she could go home, but she can't.
And it kind of, it stings Castiel just a little bit.
Probably, but she hugs Sebastian again. And he looks to her. I honestly never expected to see you again. And Alyssa will nod. I expected to never see you again, too. But,
She's gonna bring up that he's totally dating their son's best friend.
but I hear to, she kind of grins to him. Are with somebody. And Sebastian just blushes very deeply. because he knows she's talking about Scott. Kind of robbing the cradle there, aren't you? And he just shakes his head. I didn't plan it. It just happened. Oh well. She looks back to Castiel. Come meet Castiel. He saved me from Sabat. And I love him, and he's very important to me. And
Castiel will slip out of the booth that he was sitting down in.
And it does sting Sebastian, but he knows that they can't. So,
And this is the first time that he sees Castiel kind of stand up to his full height.
he looks up to him. You are very tall.
I am, especially for the time in which I was born.
She takes Sebastian's hand and takes Castiel's hand. Sebastian, this is Castiel. Castiel, this is Sebastian.
Castiel will extend a hand.
And Sebastian will take his hand and shake it.
He has a touch of frost. He is extremely cold.
Yeah, so he's
Like
gonna.
Alyssa's nice and warm still.
Mhm.
Castiel is not.
Nope. Yeah, he's taken aback by that. He goes, whew. Okay. Wow.
He chuckles a little bit.
That
Sorry, I should have warned you.
it's okay.
I'm colder than most. It can be off-putting.
Hopefully only physically.
Only physically.
He'll nod.
Otherwise, I believe you tend to call me a teddy bear.
I was just about to say you are a teddy bear. He'll look. Sebastian will look to Castiel. Thank you for saving her and taking care of her.
Yeah, she gave me one look, and I knew she didn't want to be there.
He'll nod.
My brother was more hesitant, but I convinced him otherwise.
He'll smile. I can assure you that that was the last place she would have ever wanted to end up.
Well, I didn't know her story then.
Of course.
Now I do. And I've met your kids, and they are absolutely incredible.
He smiles. They are. We raised good ones.
That daughter of yours is a little spitfire.
Avi. He shakes his head. Now she's with a Fiona, which they are also spitfires, even more than her.
I've learned a little bit about the Garu. Thanks to your wife.
One thing that she always kept was knowledge of everything. She's like a library.
No, it's fitting for a clan that prides themselves on their libraries.
I suppose then at least can take away the knowledge that she probably ended up in the best place she could have.
Ugh, with the amount of times we've spent down in that library over the last few weeks, I'm beginning to question if I'm ever going to leave the library.
Alyssa gives him a look.
What?
You don't have to be in there with me.
I'm just saying it's dark down there.
Bring a flashlight?
I mean, there are lights, but Conrad likes to keep them dimmed. You know how he gets.
Yes, it sets the mood. Ambient ominence or whatever the fuck.
Mr. Grumpy Bridges.
You know, he's been a little less grumpy lately. Have you noticed that?
I have, it's weird.
I have to grill
I've
him about what's
known him
going on.
for 600 years. He's never been this happy.
She giggles.
Ever.
She giggles and she looks at Sebastian. I know I just teased you for robbing the cradle, but Castiel here is over 500 years older than me. And Sebastian's jaw just drops.
Time matters little when you live forever.
Apparently so. What? How? Actually, how old are you?
Have 600 and something? I don't remember precisely.
Over 600 years.
Let me do some mental math here. It's been a while since I've thought about when I was born.
Sebastian's just blinking and because he's actually never really met vampires before today. So
605 years old.
fuck. Well then, I do not feel nearly as bad being with somebody who is only about 3 years older than my son. So, yep. Who is also my son's best friend.
That's the part I would feel bad about.
I do. And it weirds Bailey out. As much as he says that he's fine with it, I know he feels weird about it.
I dare say it weirds your daughter out too. I believe she mentioned it.
It does. But he also has a girlfriend. Alyssa, do you remember Seeker? And she kind of lights up at the mention of Seeker and she nods. I do. We became really good friends. When I was working in the garden a lot, she would help me work and gather ingredients and things like that. And Sebastian will nod. Scott's seeing her too. But she raises a brow. I thought Scott was gay. And he shrugs. Not entirely, apparently. But they're really cute. She'll smile and nod. Good. You okay with that? And he goes, oh yeah, I'm fine with it. Not saying a fucking word about Samara. Nope. Not one.
Alexa kind of just keeps glancing over at him. He's not making it obvious, but he's like, really?
Um, he just gives a very slight shake of his head to Alexi, like, no, I'm not fucking telling her.
Probably the only one in this room with enough perception and empathy to notice this is Castiel.
Probably.
Fucking 5 perception, 5 empathy.
Yeah.
With 5 aspects.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, that's I think I've got 3 for Alyssa. 3 perception, 3 empathy, 3 aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alyssa quirks a brow, but she's not saying anything. She thought that that was a little bit quick for him to say that he was okay with it. You sure about that? And he nods, and she just keeps looking at him with this look.
Oh, Alexa's giving him a look too.
And Sebastian shifts a bit uncomfortably. Oh, God, why you have to look at me like that? Oh. And she then puts her hands on her hips and stares at him, which is a look he has seen many times before. When he knows when she knows that he is hiding something.
Delphia looks over. You're getting the angry Latina look. I would suggest you stop now.
Yep. Okay, I am also seeing somebody else. She looks at him like, and who is it? Fuck. It's Samara. Her brows go up. You're breaking the litany?
Delphia just rubs her temples. For fuck's sake, first Aiden and now him. I'm glad I stepped down as truth catcher.
Not only you're breaking the litany, but with somebody else young enough to be your child, who you saved. Okay, that I can't say anything about. She looks over to Castiel.
He grins at her.
Okay, fine. I can't say anything about that. But you're breaking the litany, Sebastian. Because I know.
Sebastian has good enough hearing that he would have caught Delphia mention that Aiden also broke the litany.
Yeah, Sebastian looks over to Delphia. Wait, hang on. Give me a second. What? Aiden broke the litany?
Oh.
And now Alyssa looks over to Delphia like, what?
Oh. They probably haven't told you. Aiden. Did they tell you Aiden had his first change?
Yes,
Okay.
because they told me about. She goes back over to Delphia and just gives her a big fucking hug again.
Well, you know that means him and Iris needed to break up, yes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He went over to say goodbye,
Oh, are you?
and goodbye led to sex, apparently.
Goodbye, sex, right? Mm-hmm. She shakes her head.
And he thought I wouldn't realize anything was wrong.
Oh please.
I'm not only his mother, but I was the truth catcher.
Was.
Oh, yes. I stepped down.
Uh,
Officially as of today.
honestly, I think that's good for you.
It is. I am far too much a child of Gaia to continue in that job.
She'll nod.
It was stressful. Especially now that I know that not only did my son break the litany, but now this idiot is also breaking the litany.
Mm-hmm. She looks back to Sebastian.
And then again, as long as it doesn't result in menace. At least according to our ruling this evening.
Sebastian clears his throat.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Alyssa's
You
eyes
have got
widen.
to be kidding me, Sebastian.
Are you fucking serious? She smacks him.
Alexi's kind of rubbing the back of his neck because he's helping in this matter.
Alyssa will look to Alexei. Did you know about this?
Only very recently, I was asked to help prevent her death.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't want her to die. Obviously not, but
She has already been through a metis birth, and it left her rather scarred, and I
that
will
part
be
I
performing a cesarean about a month before. That way.
She just looks back to Sebastian and just shakes her head. Sebastian is looking at the floor like a scolded boy.
Oh, he also knows now that, it was twins. In the first one. They don't know that it's twins now.
Oh yeah, Sebastian will look up to Alyssa. We actually just found out that Samara's she had twins. And Alyssa's eyes widen. So we have to go back in to get the other child. To get the twin. Be fucking careful. Please. Just because we can't be together doesn't mean I don't fucking care and love you. Care about you and love you.
Need some help.
Sebastian looks to Castiel.
I can take a pretty nasty hit and keep going.
If you want to help, I wouldn't say no. I know that you can tend to be pretty resilient, sometimes more so than us.
Resilient, strong, and fast. It's kind of my job. Can't do the thing our clan's supposed to do, so.
Oh, I wonder how many of the ancient Philodoxes on our sept will fucking groan at me enlisting the help of a fucking vampire. As we have
Alexi shrugs, getting a reek of worm taint.
Sebastian nods. No, he doesn't.
I've noticed the ones that retain their, I guess, humanity, so to speak, don't.
Well, then they don't even have to know.
Exactly. I don't have to know.
They don't have
He's
to know.
just a big, strong fucker.
Alyssa chuckles. He's a big, strong teddy bear.
I'll take that.
She smiles. She hugs Sebastian again. Be careful. He nods. I will. I promise. He'll kiss her forehead.
They'll have a pretty decent meat shield there, so.
You too. She goes over to Castiel. Better fucking come back to me.
Of course I will. I've made it this long.
If you don't, She shakes her head and
He
just.
tilts her chin up. I survived Marcus. I'll survive this.
She'll nod. I can't lose you.
You won't. I've survived a hell of a lot worse than a couple of black spiral dancers.
I know. I have to say it.
He leans down and presses a kiss on her forehead.
She leans into it. She looks over to Delphia. There's a good chance that I'll be able to actually come and visit the Sept.
Oh?
Bailey said he was going to talk to Noah.
And Noah's a soft-hearted little thing. Without a doubt, he'll allow it.
And it's Noah. He loves me.
That too.
But, I mean, I'm not going to cause any trouble. But I do miss it sometimes. It'll be good to go back.
Well,
Even
I
if it's
believe
just-
that the new truth catcher and one of our new members of the Elder Council are building a case against Darius Nighthorse.
Good.
I saw Talon come back to Sept today.
She froze her brow.
With his head shaved.
Why?
I don't doubt it was his father's doing.
She growls a bit. I'll have to find out what's going on there.
Well, that might be difficult. Talon is heading to Unbroken Accord for a
She
fresh start. I served him with his divorce papers just before he left. Of course, he should be bringing those back.
I mean, there is mail.
So much slower.
Very true.
Such when you can just bring them via the moon bridge.
Well, I hope that he can turn around.
I certainly hope so.
Um, since you're both, well, all three of you are higher ranking members. Sebastian will say, I'm on the Elder Council now. Well, that's
Still hasn't challenged for Elder.
I've been busy. Give me a break, Delphia.
I love you, Sebastian.
I love you too. Alyssa chuckles. Glad to see you two getting along. I wanted to. Uh, I spoke with a living ancestor of Diani's. She is the leader of her clan. She's also vampire.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She looks just like Diani. Her twin sister's married name is Running Water. Was Running Water.
I was going to say, was, without a doubt, unless she's young like you.
I highly doubt it. um, so she might want to meet. No, she does want to meet with Diani. So if you could.
We should give Diani a primer first.
Well, that's why I'm telling you, so that you can approach her and ask, tell her what's going on and ask if she'd want to meet with her.
Delphia nods.
Delphia would be the best one to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian looks to Delphia, as he would be the best one for that anyway. It's, you are with her father.
And shut up.
Alyssa looks to her. You are with somebody.
Yes, I
Oh, come on. Tell
am.
me about it. Or
His
you just
name
gonna.
is Stefano Running Water.
That is quite an interesting combination of a name.
Yes. He took his wife's name.
Ah, that makes sense.
He is a chef. Let me tell you, Aiden certainly appreciates that.
I bet he does.
Told me that if I didn't marry him, he would.
Both Sebastian and Alyssa chuckle at that. That is hilarious.
To which Stefano, of course, responded that, Aiden wasn't his type. To which Aiden responded that, don't lie to yourself, he's everyone's type.
Oh,
I
for
don't know
fuck's
where
sake.
my kid became so cocky.
It was
I honestly
Juilliard.
don't.
It was Juilliard.
See, it didn't do such terrible things to your kid. Why is it my kid comes back a cocky little shit?
Well, to be fair, my kid ended up in a wheelchair.
Also, partially my kid's fault. Well, no, it was that idiot in the
Mm-mm.
4x4, but
Yeah, Alyssa shakes her head. No, I would never blame Hayden for that ever.
oh god, no, I don't blame him either. He blames himself enough.
Exactly. But she's probably a bit more tame than she otherwise would be if she wasn't in the chair.
From what Aiden told me, she barely left her room. Unless it was to study.
She smiles. That sounds like her. I'm working on a way to help her, to heal her.
That is amazing. I look forward to seeing the results. It'll be good to see her up and about again.
I want to get her playing the piano again. I know she's not the same not being able to play.
She certainly seems to be more accepting of it now.
With time and her boyfriend, I'm sure that helps. Oh, her mate, I think he actually claimed her.
He did.
Sebastian
Mr.
nods.
O'Brien.
Yes, I met him a couple of weeks ago.
How did that go?
Well, he seems like a good kid.
Seems we're being invaded by the Irish.
Oh,
Our sept feels a bit like well, we had what? 3 or 4 of them arrive in the last few days alone.
Sebastian nods. And from what I understand, at least 2 of them were related to Nate and Maeve. I think.
Interesting.
I think they're
Oh, yes, one of them was an O'Brien, wasn't she?
yes. Decides the destiny. I think she's their cousin Saoirse's mother,
Ah,
which I'm sure that's exactly what Saoirse wanted since she came here to get away from her mother.
yes, that does seem rather counterproductive.
Hopefully she doesn't stay. I didn't like the way she looked. Sebastian frowns.
No, they all seemed rather on the conservative side.
I did like what was it, Karen? I liked his stance on why Metis are the way they are. That was an interesting take.
Alexei nods, much the same way I think.
Sebastian nods. Alyssa just kind of looks lost now. Sebastian will look to her. We had a big meeting with a lot of philodoxes today. A lot of them. He shakes his head. I hope I never have to be around that many philodoxes again.
Same, very much so.
If, they petition to change the first law of the litany, they can do it over there somewhere. Not here. Go away.
Oh, you'd think it'd be at the sept with the High King.
No, which is, I think the Sept of the Green.
Yes, way up there.
Way up there. Good. They can
Not
go
down
there.
here.
Nope.
Not
Not
down
there.
here.
Not
Go
down here.
away. Our truth catcher can attend. Not my job anymore.
Nope. No, it isn't. And I am not a philodox. I am not going. Nope. We have 2 philodoxes on the Elder Council. They can go.
Do you really think Moira wants to go?
No, but Diana will. I know she will.
True.
She is fiery.
She is. I like her. Much more than I liked Darius.
She is pretty much the polar opposite of her twin.
They really couldn't be more different.
Alyssa is like, hang on, wait a minute. Darius has a twin?
A twin sister. Diana.
Huh.
And they couldn't be more different. It's so odd.
No, Sebastian nods no, and her deed name is even defies tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa, well, to me that sounds like something that would have been given to her as something of a joke that backfired, I think.
Probably by Darius himself.
Alyssa nods, probably. But, oh, keep me updated on potential changes in the nation. This is very intriguing.
We will send word through Alexi here.
She nods. She glares back at Sebastian and still can't believe you fucking broke the litany.
He's really breaking it.
Yep. Yep, he is. All the way in half.
To be fair, he did think, that there was also the chance that Scott could got her pregnant, so
That's very true.
it wasn't entirely his fault.
Nope. Sebastian just nods. I know. We should probably get back.
Probably.
He gives Alyssa another hug. And she'll hug him back. Don't be a stranger. He shakes his head. I won't. And he'll shake Castiel's hand again.
Which Castiel will gladly shake his hand in return.
Take care of her.
I plan on it.
But I'll see you soon. Anyway, I'll let you know. I should probably get your number.
He pulls out a business card.
That works.
To him.
All right, I'll let you know when it'll be soon, because we want to go sooner rather than later.
Understandable.
I should probably. I will talk to my pack about scheduling a meeting for some tracking for at night so that you can come. So we want to figure out where they're at first before we go after them.
And if need be, I can astrally project into any building they could potentially be in.
He blinks. What?
Oh, yeah, that's a thing I can do.
Wow. That's fucking useful. Okay. Yep. Soon. I'll give you a call.
Soon.
And he will start to head for the door as Alyssa will hug Delphia.
Delphia will gladly return the hug.
I'll see you soon. We have a lot of catching up to do.
That we do.
You don't be a stranger either.
Of course not. You know, I was always better at keeping up than Mr. Baruti Pants over there.
Mm-hmm. She nods. Sebastian shakes his head. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are the king of brooding. Don't even.
I actually
Rivaled
think
only by your son.
I was about to say, I think my son might actually have me beat.
Though he broods much less now.
No, he's just jumpy.
Paranoid is the word that comes to mind.
Yes, that paranoid. Alyssa will nod. I know he's nervous about the baby. Although I remember somebody else being nervous both times.
She called you out.
Like father, like son, huh? He shakes his head. I don't know what you're talking about.
You never do.
Nope. He smiles. Okay, let's go before I don't.
Yes, let's go.
He will head out back to the car.
Yep, and Delphia will go with him.
When they get back out to the car, he's gonna look to her. That was really hard.
She reaches over and takes his hand and squeezes it gently.
He tears up.
I can't even imagine.
She's my wife, and I can't even be with her. And that hurts a lot.
Also, she punches him in the shoulder,
Ow! What the fuck?
breaking the fucking litany. Are you kidding me?
Look, Scott had sex with her too. I thought that maybe it was his until she said it wasn't.
Wait. You know what? Never mind. I'm done questioning. I can't.
Ow, God, that really hurt.
Oh, hush, you big baby.
He wraps his arm around her and gives her a hug. And they will leave.
Yes.
And, after they do, Alyssa will look to Castiel. That was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
He just wraps his arms around her.
Because, we never wanted to be apart.
I'm so sorry.
Can we go home?
Of course. I will see you around, Alexi. До свидания.
Alyssa will give Alexi a little wave. She tries to stop herself from shedding tears as they're about to walk outside. And she'll leave with Castiel.
Yep, Castiel will take her on out to the car. And then take her home. Because she needs cuddles.
Yes, she does. All of them.
And he is good at providing cuddles.
Yes,
He
he
is a big
is.
cuddly teddy bear.
Yes, he is.
And with that, I think we can end our scene.
Yep.
Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando. We will see you next time.